Everybody, welcome into a Wednesday of the Stamford Coaches Show. We are here party time at Big Country Crop Insurance in Stamford at 303 East Hamilton. I'm Carl Wayne. Coach is here. Coach Jones is here. How are you, Coach Jones?
Oh, I'm doing excellent. I'm doing excellent.
Awesome.
I'm actually on time tonight.
We have the other coaches here too. We're going to let Coach Hutchinson introduce them here in just a minute as we get the show going. It's brought to you by the folks here at Big Country Crop Insurance, First State Bank, and also by 4-Star Agri Center here in Stamford. Coach Hutch, how are you, man? There you go.
No, I'm good.
All right, big win last week. We're going to talk about that. You brought your other coaches along. Who all is out here?
I'm not sure who all showed up. I think Lannie's here. Coach Tim, Coach Gould's here, Coach Gonzalez, Coach Hinton's here. Who else is here? Let's see. Where's that Gould?
Okay, Coach
I can't
Jones.
see around the corner, so I don't know who else here. But they've all been invited.
All right, they're all here. We're going to enjoy a great meal later on. I think we've got some ribeyes and some baked potatoes, a little bit of salad. We got a good crowd, and everybody's invited to join us. If you're listening or watching, and come on by 303 East Hamilton. We are on Facebook Live. There we are right there. And man, we had a bunch of views last week. Appreciate everybody tuning in, whether by stream or by Facebook. By the way, we have a new Stamford Bulldog broadcast page, and hope you follow the link to that. We put that up on several places today. And you can listen to us anywhere worldwide here to the Stamford Bulldogs Coaches Show. All right, Coach. Big win last week over Olney, 60-14. And talk a little bit about that win Friday night.
Yeah, it was good that we got to play 4 quarters. It felt like we hadn't played in a long time, because we got the game canceled early against TLCA. But we went into the game wanting to make sure we did a good job on special teams and got a good field position, and I thought we did a good job with that. And then offensively, we wanted to be a lot more efficient in the red zone. We wanted to be more efficient on third downs. And we wanted to be able to hit some explosives. And so we checked all 3 of those boxes off, and I thought our offensive line did a really good job. I thought we got a good push on our run game. I thought our quarterbacks threw the ball really well. And, I just think we executed at a high level. And so hopefully we can carry that over this week against Hawley. I thought our defense played great as well. We had guys flying around. I looked up the first 2 scores, and defense scored the first 2, and I was like, wow. We were really wanting to get some offensive reps. We didn't feel like we had been getting a lot of reps lately, and so, but that's okay. As long as we're scoring, that makes it all good.
No doubt. Matt Euler assessed his play. He had another good game on Friday night.
Talking about Mason?
Mason.
Yes.
Matt got into the ball game. Okay.
Like,
that's not the first time.
Yeah,
He's got in before.
No,
Mason Euler had a good game.
No, he ran the ball really well. Scored a couple of times, I think, with his feet. He threw the ball really well. Had Miles come in too. They were switching in and out.
He was perfect. Miles flawless.
Yeah, I think Mason was 4 of 6 and carried the ball really well. And Miles was 4 for 4 and over 100 yards passing. One of them got called back on that screen, Brennan. But no, I was really excited about the level of play of both our quarterbacks. Yes.
No doubt about that. Slavey Young, the sophomore, had a big monster game. Talking about his game.
Absolutely. Anytime you get the ball in his hands, something good has a chance to happen. And here lately, every time he's touched it, something good has happened. So, our job is to try to get it in his hands and let him do his thing.
Yeah, offense cranked up again, 60 points, 60-14. But as you said, the defense scored the first 2 touchdowns. And Coach Jones, talk a little bit about the defense on Friday.
No, absolutely. It's one of the best games that we've played defensively. We executed, D-line, linebackers, secondary. We were fortunate enough to score 2 touchdowns. Alec Hernandez, who has just been playing lights out since the district has started, he got himself a pick 6, 49-yard return. And then we had Kenai Whitfield, who's been playing terrific as well. He on a corner blitz, he got to scoop and score a ball for 33 yards. So we were able to do some stuff that we wanted to do. We've been cracks in on sending pressure when it's opportune for us to do. We were able to do that a little bit, and we played great in every facet of defense. I was ecstatic with the way that we played. It was great.
Yeah, absolutely. So get the big win on Friday night. That sets up a big game with Hawley coming up this Friday. And we're going to talk about that here in just a couple of minutes after we hear from one of our sponsors, 4-Star Agri Center in Stamford. I think if I can find it right here, there we go. I need an engineer on here. There we go. All right. I was wondering if he had the live read I had last week for Big Country Crop Insurance.
Who was supposed to have it?
Hey guys.
How are you?
Big Country Crop Insurance for all your insurance needs. They are here, 303 East Hamilton. We appreciate them every week and what they do here for the Stamford Coaches Show. Really do appreciate them, so give them a call. And of course, we also have First State Bank of Stamford and Haskell, a big sponsor. We appreciate all the folks at First State Bank for all your banking needs. Member FDIC, and I think that Jay Jensen is here with giving away something special to the last. I think that's right. The last two Pick'em winners. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes. And who would they be?
Kay
Kay.
and Allison.
Kay and Allison. Wow. Okay. And Coach, you did notice you're back a game ahead of them, by the way.
Just by one. Hanging in there.
Just by one. But we got some people sneaking up on it right here. We'll do our picking show. By the way, do we have a guest picker? Who's picking?
Coach Templeton.
Coach Tim, I believe.
Coach Tim. Wow, he said what?
He's the guest speaker tonight.
Yes.
Hey, that sounds good to me. And we'll do that. Coach Hutch, Carl, Kay, Coach Jones, James, and Landon Denson, the top 6 right there. All right, back to the Stamford Coaches Show again with Coach Hutchinson and Coach Jones also here. Let's talk about the matchup coming up this week with Hawley. Hawley's having a good year, and they're coming off a big win. Of course, we'll talk about the matchup with the Bearcats for second place, by the way,
Right.
in district this Friday at 7 o'clock at Hawley.
Yeah, they're 6-3 and 3-1 in district. We're 6-3, 3-1 in district. I mean, it's, you look at us on paper and it's a really even matchup. We played some common opponents. They've had some injuries earlier in the season. They've got them all back and healthy, and the last couple of ball games they've been playing really, really well. But so have we. I feel like we're hitting our stride at the right time when you want to be playing really good football as the playoffs approach. So I think it's going to be a great game to be a part of. And if you look at Hawley defensively, the last couple of years that we've played them, we've prepared for their base defense, and they show up in a defense that we call kamikaze, where they just mix up. They take 6 guys, whether they're in their 4-2 front or their 3-3 front, and they just mix them up and pick a gap and try to blitz through it. Which if they guess right, they're going to get you a few times, but when they guess wrong, we're going to gash it. And we've been working really hard on that. They haven't shown it like this year. They're either going to be in their 4-2-5 man-to-man up in your face, or they're going to be in their cover 3. And we don't know what to expect from them until we show up on Friday night. But we feel like we've prepared and feel like we have answers to what they're going to come up with. And it's just going to be a matter of execution. It's going to be a matter of, can we win the turnover battle? Can we win the field position battle? Can we go wrap up and make tackles and not let them break tackles? And I've always told our kids, great players will make big plays in big ball games. So this is an opportunity for our kids to shine in a big ball game.
No doubt. At Hawley, too, Forest Field, that's always a tough place to play. Remember that game a couple of years ago, that seesaw game?
Yeah, it's not over till it's over, so let's hope it's in our favor this time.
Exactly, that's right. And, of course, Hawley does have one of the better players in the big country, Camden Abels, only a junior,
Yes.
about 6'4", 225 pounds, and he's got some great hands.
He's got some really good hands. He runs really good routes. he's really deceiving on tape. You'll watch him and you're thinking, he may not be that fast, but every time he's running behind people, he gets behind them. Their quarterback does a really good job. Ramon does a really good job of scrambling back there, and then he'll lay it up high enough where Abels can go and catch it. So, I don't want to steal Coach Jones' thunder, but we've got to contain that quarterback, and we've got to make plays on Camden.
All right, let's go to Coach Jones and talk about the defense. So what is the strategy for stopping him and Ramon and the rest of that offense?
They're an offense that's 50-50 run pass for the most part, but they live and they rely on those explosive shots like Hutch said. They have two phenomenal receivers. We already talked about Camden, and he's 6'4", like you said, and he can just absolutely go up and get it. He has great hands, deceiving speed, and he's a playmaker. And then across the field from him is Braylon Williams, and it's kind of weird because they're complete opposites. Braylon's small, quick, runs excellent routes, and he just uses his speed to get past people. And so the two of them, we are going to have to limit the explosive plays. That's something that we preach every week we have to lead that battle in explosive plays. We need explosive plays, and we don't want to allow explosive plays. So if we can do our job in the back end, and we can really limit their explosive plays and kind of make them one-dimensional, make them run the ball, then it's going to be a good night for the Bulldogs. I like our matchups on the field. Like Hutch said, we're really evenly matched in a lot of ways. Record, athletes, kids. We do a lot defensively, we're very multiple in what we do. And so there's going to be some times that we guess right, sometimes that I guess wrong, and we're gonna do our best to limit the explosive plays and have a lot of negative plays on them.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, he kind of reminds me of the St. John kid, just a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know that he's as agile as St. John is.
Right.
St. John does a great job making people miss. Camden's just real strong, can be physical at times. And he can break tackles and just find a way to squirt down the field. I know you kind of mentioned it a second ago, but we got to watch it, unfortunately, 2 years ago, right at the end of the game, and he was only a freshman then.
Right.
So we did a better job last year, in my opinion, of limiting him, and then I hope that we take another step this year and do an even better job.
All right, back to Coach Hutch for a minute. Of course, we're talking about Anson. They fell to Cisco. I forget the score of that ball game, but Cisco does wrap up the district championship. So, whether the Stamford Hawley game finishes 2, and of course the loser finishes 3rd, Anson will look like, they will go in 4th in all likelihood. So, who's our either 2nd or 3rd would be our playoff possibilities next week?
Yeah, if we're 2nd, looks like it's going to match up with Fort Sand, and if we're 3rd, looks like it'll match up against Sonora.
We seem to
Unless
play
something crazy happens. Yeah, we played both those teams the last 2 years, so we're pretty familiar with both ball clubs.
All right. Well, hopefully we get the W. Keys to victory Friday night. What do you think, Coach?
Yeah, field position, I'll say that every time. Special teams are going to be crucial. Can we, put them on their end? Can we flip the field? Can we get good field position? Because your chances of scoring, percentages goes way up. We got to do a good job of creating some turnovers and make sure we don't give up any turnovers. And, it's going to come down to making plays and executing and not making any dumb penalties. And, when we get in the red zone, we need to punch it in. And if they get in the red zone, we're going to have to bow our necks. And those are the things that we talk about before every ball game. And if you can check those few things off that I just said, 9 times out of 10, you're going to win the game.
All right. Again, 7 o'clock down in Hawley, Stamford Hawley, for 2nd place in District 4-2A Division 1. I believe I got that right. 4-2A Division 1. All right. What about JV or junior high games this week? Anything on the schedule?
Yeah, so we combined. We ran into some injuries and with our 8th grade, and we were like one kid short of being able to piece together 2 teams. So we combined them this week. We'll have one team here tomorrow night at 5 at our place, and then right now we're carrying about 13, 14 on our JV, and they'll play tomorrow night following the 8th grade game.
All right, good luck to them tomorrow night. And varsity coming up on Friday night, 7 o'clock down in Hawley. Anything else on the Bearcats on this game, or anything else sports-wise? Girls practicing basketball. And
yeah, our girls
coming
traveled. Of course, we had to you know, we had the water shut down yesterday, and we were scheduled to play here on a scrimmage versus Crosbyton and Roscoe, and we were able to get that moved to Cross Plains, not
Okay.
Cross Plains. We were able to get that game, both those games moved there. I think we lost the first one by 8 to Roscoe, which they have a pretty good ball club.
Yeah.
And then our girls turned around and beat Cross Plains in the second game. We have 2 junior high girls games going on at our place tonight because Seymour was scheduled on Monday. Seymour had their volleyball team was in the playoffs and needed to move it, so we accommodated them on that, and luckily they moved it here, so worked out in our favor.
Little basketball tonight, down the road. There you go. All right, again, 7 o'clock Friday. It's hard to believe it's week 11 already. We wait, anticipate, it gets here, and it's over before you know it, the regular season.
Yeah, this is the fun time of the year right now.
Well, it is, no doubt
It's a little
about it.
bit darker, and you just smell the fall air, and it's a lot cooler on Friday nights, and I just call it playoff weather.
Yeah.
There's nothing like it.
Now, today was a little bit toasty, but it does get dark at night. 88 was the high I saw today. I think that set some records today, by the way.
Yeah, it was pretty hot today, but by the time we finished practice, it was already cooling off.
What is your practice schedule on a normal day?
On a Wednesday or the whole week?
Okay,
You want the
Wednesday.
whole week or just Wednesday?
Wednesday will be good.
Yeah, because it could get long. No, Wednesday, we call this our 8 and 8 and out the gate. So like during the class period, on a normal day, that's where we go in and we watch film and we watch cut-ups of, their trick plays, their special teams, any 5 favorite pass plays they got, 5 favorite run plays. Sometimes we will watch our own practice film from the day before, because we do film every practice, and just make sure that we're all shored up on responsibilities and that whatnot, and that, got the words all tangled up there. Anyway, I think you know what I mean. And then in the afternoons we come back and we go half shell on Wednesday, and we treat it like a game. We'll go through our scripts that we're going to have on Friday night, and we'll have everybody on the sideline, and we signal those in just like on a Friday night, getting used to it. And on a typical offensive day, we'll go up and down the field, run all of our plays, and then we always end practice with what we call NASCAR, our hurry-up offense, and work that up and down the field, and we always end with victory formation because we like that formation.
There you go.
And then we'll do the same thing with the defense. We'll go about 30 minutes there, and then the defense clips it over, and we're just treating it like a game
There
up
you
and
go.
down the field, so works out pretty well.
All right, sounds good. Coach Jones, anything else on the game this Friday, or anything otherwise that you have? Are you ready to go to Pick'em here in a minute? See if you can catch up?
I'm still a little frustrated with the Pickles, but I go from the lead to tied for third because we changed the rules.
Hey, I like those new rules. Yeah.
Everybody likes those new rules to just do it better. During the middle of the season, I don't know how we make changes like that. I think that has to be something in the future that's voted upon by a committee. And then if the committee rules it, then we'll do it.
What gets me is everybody gets to research it all week.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we get it thrown up on us.
Yeah, we walk in, it's like, hey, here's the picks, good luck. By the way, there's a 20-point spread this week, right?
Y'all
here.
wonder,
Take that?
you wonder why I get here about 2.5 hours early.
Oh, yeah. That's why you're starting to make it climb back, huh?
I didn't make it climb back.
All I'm hearing is collusion. That's the word I keep using. There's nothing but collusion.
Hey, by the way, Coach Bell has joined us over here. Yeah.
Coach Young
Coach-
made it. Coach Young made it.
Where's? Oh, there he is. Coach Young is
We got the
here.
full crew now.
We got Coach Bell and Coach Templeton, Coach Gould and Coach Hinton and Coach Gonzalez all here. Is that your whole staff?
That's
Missing one.
step.
Who are?
Macklemore.
We are
Oh, yeah,
missing.
we are missing time.
Who?
Missing
Oh, Ty
Coach
McLemore.
yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, the game again this Friday at 7 o'clock down in Hawley. We're certainly looking forward to it for second place in District 4-2A Division 2. Let's have a little fun now with our pick'ems. We've been doing most of the season. As of right now, Coach Hutch, you're in the lead at 54-36. Carl Wayne and Kay Doctor 53-37. Coach Jones 52-38. James Decker, Mayor Decker, you're in there 52-38, and Landon 51-39, and we have Teresa, Eric, Ronnie, Brad down the list right here. All right. And Coach Templeton is our guest speaker. Huh?
He's in the party now. He's scooting his chair up here. He's fired up.
He's still forming.
Oh, man. All right. Man, we say this every week, but these are some tough picks. Man. And we're going to start. Who's going to go first, by the way?
As always.
I think
I'll start it so y'all can cheat off of
There
it.
you go. Okay, that sounds good. Abilene Cooper at Paulo Duro. Amarillo's having a good year. They're 14-point favorites, though, to beat Abilene Cooper. What do you think?
Yeah, they're very talented at Paladuro. You know, I think Abilene Cooper's been playing pretty good off and on this year, and 14 points is a lot. So I'm going to go with Abilene Cooper.
All right, Coach Jones, what do you think?
I was pulling my phone up to make sure I'm not just blabbering up here. I'm fairly certain that these two teams are tied in district right now. And so this is for the district championship. I don't think Cooper's going to win, but 14 points I think they'll cover. So I'm going to go with Cooper covering.
All right, Coach Templeton about to make his first pick. What do you think, Coach T?
I don't follow any of the rest. I'm gonna pick Cooper. Coach Rhodes over there, is a great guy, and I don't know a lot about all this stuff, but I'll pick Cooper.
All right, going with Cooper. James, what do you know, Bayer?
You know, these big spreads, you never know, but I think Paladuro's going to win the district going away. Paladuro Dons, I always thought that was a fun mascot, so we're going to go with them. Cooper's a good team, but Paladuro will tackle one on late to cover.
All right, we got Landon next. Landon Didson, what do you think, Landon?
Well, regardless what Coach Jones says, us researching the ball, we put this together about 2 hours ago, and it was on a wing. I mean, it's a struggle finding those games. But like Coach Templeton said, Coach Roan's over there. I ran with Cooper earlier in the year. They did me right. I think they'll cover the 14.
All right, Brad Bevel, what do you say?
I like Coach Roan does a great job. He spent a year or two here, and always liked him. Watching those teams seem to get better and better throughout the year. And I'm not sure what a Don is, James. Do you know?
Yeah, it's like a Spanish aristocrat in the colonial days.
I'm not sure about that. I'm gonna go with the Cougars to cover, and I think it's Go Abilene.
All right, I'm going to go with Amarillo Paulo Duro.
I read a lot of Western novels when I was a kid.
Hey, great. All right. Zane Grey and some of that stuff,
Louis
maybe?
Moore.
Huh?
Louis
Louis
Moore,
Moore?
yeah.
All right. I'm going with Paulo Duro, the 14-point favorites in that game. De Leon is a 1-point favorite at Hamilton. They're having a great year. You've seen De Leon this year. What do you think, Coach?
Now, De Leon's leading the big country in points scored. Hamilton's only giving up about 7 a game, so this is going to be a knockdown, drag out. I think Hamilton won last year, so I'm going to go with De Leon this year to cover.
All right. There you go, Coach Jones.
You know, we played Hamilton last year in the semis, and we played De Leon last year and this year as well. Hamilton has that 6'6" kid that just could absolutely go up and get every ball. Watching De Leon play Hawley, they were really able to take away Abel's. And so I think they're going to win this because they're going to be able to take away that Hamilton receiver.
Okay, very good. Coach T, what do you say?
I've got to go with De Leon. I don't know much about Hamilton, but I've seen De Leon the last 2 years.
Coach, you need to be in the video over here. Let me tell you what. What did he say?
He said he's fine.
All right, James, what do you say, man?
I hold grudges eternally for all things Stamford, and I'm still not over the way Hamilton played that semifinal game. They need to get over themselves. I think De Leon will win this. It's a 1-point spread. It's a pick-em, so I think they'll win that game.
Okay, very good. Landon, what's up? What do you say?
Well, I think it's a toss-up, but Brad and I talked to one of the coaches over at Coleman there last week. He said that Hamilton was very physical and that they were the real deal. I'm going to have to go with Hamilton.
Wow, okay. Brad Bevel, what do you say?
I missed that conversation, but I do know Hamilton's at home, and they've done a good job. Those guys are playing well. Obviously, had a great year last year, and we felt fortunate, to get around them, and so I'm going to take Hamilton this time.
All right, I guess it's my turn. I'm gonna go with DeLeon.
Junior high game.
So, the Bearcats over the Tigers. Boy, I know nothing about Dripping Springs. They are a top 10 team, 1-point favorite at Austin Westlake. Coach, what do you think?
I'm with you. I don't know much about these two teams. I just know Austin Westlake is a perennial powerhouse. So I'm going to go with Austin Westlake.
All right, Coach Jones.
This is the only game I did a little bit of research on. They both have a common loss. I don't remember who it's to.
Lake Travis.
To Lake Travis. There you go. But Dripping Springs lost by less than Westlake did, and so I'm going with Dripping Springs.
All right, good logic right there, Coach Jones. All right, Coach Templeton, what do you think?
Like Westlake, I don't know much about either one of them. I'm gonna go Austin Westlake because I've heard of them before.
James, what do you say?
Jones and I did some of the same research. Common opponent, Lake Travis beat Dripping Springs 14-7. I think that was the first week we did the spread and I didn't cover. And Westlake was like 31-10. So Dripping Springs is a safe pick, but I think Westlake's not going to finish third in that district. The tradition of the Chaparrals, they're going to pull it through at the end and they'll win.
Okay, there you go. Landon, what do you say?
Well, Vegas is begging you to take Austin Westlake because they are the perennial powerhouse. They're the one, the name on the sheet here, but I'm going to go with Dripping Springs because I think Vegas knows something.
Okay, Brad?
Westlake, home of Drew Brees, is that right? So I'm gonna take Westlake and the Frat Boys to win at home.
All right, I'm going with Westlake as well to win at home. Albany, 24-point favorites. That's a big line over Hamlin. They're playing at Piper Stadium. Coach, what do you think?
Yeah, this is a tough one with this point spread.
Yeah.
But Albany always starts playing really good football about the time the playoffs come around. I think they'll cover the spread. I'm going with Albany.
All right, Coach Jones.
You know, this is a game that's really big, and not just for the district championship, but because who you're going to see in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah.
It's much better to be the 1 seed in that district than it is any other district or any other spot because of who you're playing in that by-district round. Munster, Lindsay, Collinsville, all those are solid teams. I think that Hamlin's going to come out and play. I don't know that they can get the victory, but I'm going to take them to cover the 24.
All right, Coach T, what do you think?
I'm gonna go with Albany. They always get better when you get in the season, so I'll go with them.
Okay, very good. James?
This one is just screaming for you to take Hamlin to cover, and then Albany shows up and wins 38-7 or something, and humiliates Hamlin at the rock pile. So let's go with Albany.
Okay, Landon, what do you say?
Well, Hutch and Jones said it correctly. It's November now. It's getting into the playoffs. Albany plays better football the deeper they go and one lines.
Okay, Brad Bevel, what do you think?
Well, you got Pied Piper Broadcasting or whatever that new business venture you have, so I'll take Hamlin on this one.
Well, there you go. All right, I'm going with Hamlin. They had a couple of injured folks last week. They're going to be back in, and they really looked good last week. I'm going to go with Hamlin to cover the 24 points there. All right, we got Jim Ned at Sweetwater. Jim Ned's a 14-point favorite. What do you think, Coach?
Sweetwater's playing really good right now, but Jim Ned's defense is really good, and their offense seems to be rolling. I think they'll cover the spread, so I'm picking Jim Ned.
Were you surprised at what Clyde did to Jim Ned last week? Boy, they stuck with him.
Another one I got wrong. The spread.
I think we all missed it pretty much.
You know, Sweetwater, they are playing some good ball, but that Jim Ned defense is outstanding. I'm going to take Jim Ned in their 14.
All right, Coach T, what do you say?
My wife graduated from Jim Ned, so I gotta go.
Okay, she was a lady Indian, was she?
She was.
All right. What do you think, James?
You know, the spreads have kind of come down a little bit. Jim Ned hadn't really covered all of them. Those spreads are huge. I think they'll get it 2 touchdowns. Jim Ned covered by 14.
Okay. What do you think, Landon?
I think all of you are wrong. This is the Mustang Bowl. I think the Mustangs, I think they can run with them. I don't think they can beat them, but I think they'll hang with that 14 and 1 Mustangs.
Okay, Mustangs for Landon. Brad Bevel.
I'm gonna stick with Rex Ford's grandson, Rex Lawson. He's explosive and scores on both sides of the ball, actually all three phases. So I'm gonna take Jim Ned with number 14.
Yeah, me too. Jim Ned for me, pencil that in. And let's go college now. Big one right here. It's BYU at Texas Tech. Have you seen the people camping out at Tech waiting for tickets? Man, oh, they are 10-point favorites. That's a pretty big line against a good BYU team.
I usually take the $25 million team with Tech, but I just have a gut feeling that BYU will cover this 10-point spread, so I'm going with BYU.
All right, Coach Jones.
You know, game days in Lubbock, there's going to be a lot of excitement. I've seen this game dubbed as the Alcoholics versus the Baptist or the Mormons. There you go, Alcoholics and the Mormons. That's what I've seen it dubbed as. Word on the block is that there's going to be a couple special guest pickers at College Game Day in Lubbock. But after that's over, Tech's going to come back to reality. BYU hasn't lost a game, and I'm picking BYU.
All right, Coach T, what do you think?
I think with all the hoopla in Lubbock, and I talked to my son this week, I gotta give it a day. It's crazy out there right now.
I did see that there may be an appearance by one certain NFL quarterback from Tech at that ball game, possibly. What do you think, James?
You know, I picked BYU to cover against Iowa State a couple weeks ago. I was lone ranger on that, and I won. You know, I like Kalani Sitake. They're doing a good job. That's a big line, but I got to go with Tech. I mean, you can't pick Tech -10 game day game. Last time game day was there was the Texas game, the Crabtree video game glitch move. They're going to do it again. It's good to be a Red Raider in Lubbock right now. So Tech's going to win.
All right, Landon, what do you say?
Yeah, the excitement's out there, game day's there, Lubbock, they're already camping out there. And this is a really early game for BYU, just to get back on, you know, to have to wake up and play at 11 a.m. just on their time schedule. I'm going Red Raiders to win this one big.
All right, Red Bevel, what do you say?
BYU's known for their defense, or their rushing offense. They average about 5.5 yards a carry, and so that's going to kind of be the story of the game, I think. Tech is very explosive on offense, and again, I think on the third one, like I said, Red Raiders, they'll all be ready to go. I'm going to say Tech.
Yeah, I think I'm taking Tech as well over BYU this Saturday. That game is at 11 o'clock, by the way, Saturday morning. We've got A&M 7-point favorites over Missouri, the unbeaten Aggies. Woo.
Yeah, the Aggies are rolling. I'm thinking the Aggies.
All right.
You know, A&M just, I keep seeing some college reporters saying that they're the team that is the most likely to lose out of Ohio State, Indiana, A&M. I think that kind of keeps fueling A&M, and they're going to go to Missouri in this away stretch, and they're going to win by more than 7.
All right. What do you think, Coach T?
My son lived with me, and some of my scholarship, or my tuition was there, so.
All right. What do you think,
You
James?
know, this line seems a little light. It's on the road, but Missouri lost Bo Pripola. I like Eli Drinkwitz. You know, he's kind of, they call him super nerd, you know.
Eli who?
Eli Drinkwitz, the coach at
Oh,
Missouri.
yeah.
You know, nerdy dude from a small town that liked football when he was in high school. Like, kind of relatable to me. But I think A&M will cover that.
Okay, what do you think there, Landon?
I've been on the Marcel Reed bandwagon all year. I think he's one of the top 2 or 3 players in the nation. I think he's a Heisman candidate. I'm going Aggies.
All right, Brad.
Man, it always worries me when I see them on this list, but I think they're very complete. And speaking of A&M, should be a very good game, no doubt. But I'm going to take the Aggies. Woo.
All right, I'm going with the Aggies, 2 7-point favorites. By the way, 3 college Texas teams are still unbeaten. Who can name all 3?
3 college Texas teams?
Yeah, at all levels. I'll give you a cherry grape, whoever gets it.
Not Tarleton.
Is Angelo undefeated?
No.
Hardin Simmons.
Hardin Simmons.
Hardin Simmons, Tech, and A&M. No, not Tech.
Not Tech. You got 2 or 3. You'll never get the last one unless you read it.
Incarnate Word.
Who?
Incarnate Word.
Well, you're fairly close. That's not it though.
Is it UTSA?
No,
UTSA.
it's a junior college.
Oh,
God.
Tyler.
Blinn?
Tyler.
Blinn's always good.
No cherry tomatoes for y'all. It's Tyler Junior College.
There you go.
All right, Auburn at Vanderbilt, who is 7-point favorites in this ball game. What do you think, Coach?
I don't know why I'm picking Vanderbilt other than I think Auburn's in turmoil a little bit with the decision they made this last week. So I guess I'll go with Vanderbilt.
Okay, Coach Jones.
College football's in an insane state right now. Auburn let go of Hugh Freeze. Vandy has the quarterback, and I think that he's one of the top 5 players in the nation. I think they're going to rebound last week after they shouldn't have lost. Just kind of let one slip away. So I'm going to go Vandy to cover.
Boy, he made a big comeback though last week, only losing by 3. They were down by 20 or 21 at one time. Coach T, what do you think?
I don't know.
Okay, I'll put you down for
I'm
a.
Coach and Coach Jones with Vanderbilt, so I'll go with.
Okay, Vandy.
It's a good pick.
I cannot believe that Auburn had the audacity to fire Hugh Freeze the week before Diego Pavia got to try to beat him 4 times in a row with 2 different schools on both of their resumes.
Yeah.
So, that was going to be great. But Diego's going to beat him anyway. You know, he beat him last year. He beat him at New Mexico State. Yeah, Diego's got it. Go Commodores. Anchors down.
All right, James, what do you think, Landon?
Do I really have to answer this?
Yeah, you
I mean,
do.
Come on.
You do to make it
Coach John, you want to
official.
answer it for me? Everybody that knows me and my family, we're all Auburn fans, and hey, we're gonna ride high this week. We're gonna come out. We're gonna play for DJ.
War Eagle.
The interim War Eagle.
All right, Brad, what do you think?
I think Auburn's got a really good defense, been real underrated as far as that goes, and DJ Durkin does a great job with that front. But with Vandy at home and the hoopla surrounding Auburn this week, I'm gonna take Vanderbilt.
Yeah, I'm going with Vanderbilt as well. Sorry, Landon. 7-point favorites in that game. Navy at Notre Dame, who's 26-point favorites. And, boy, that's a big line right there. Navy started pretty hot, but they cooled off a little bit. What do you think, Coach?
Yeah, Navy's offense is designed to eat that clock up, and I don't think Notre Dame's going to touch the ball enough to cover the 26-point spread, so I'm going for Navy.
Boy, now you say it after I made my pick right there. Jeez. What do you think, Coach Jones?
Hey, I think that Notre Dame, they lost the first 2 of the year, and right now they're just trying to make a case to the committee that they need to be one of those teams in.
Yeah.
And so I think that they're going to seize every opportunity possible, and they're going to cover that 26.
All right, Coach T, what do you say?
I think Notre Dame will cover. I'm gonna go against.
Okay, very good, James.
I was thinking about the number of possessions in this game, and it felt pretty good that Hutch, who knows far more about football than I do, said the same thing. But that's 4 touchdowns. Like, that's a lot of possessions to try to make up. I don't think there will be that many in the game. Navy's got a good quarterback. That flex bone lives and dies by quality quarterback. It's the best one they've had in 5 or 6 years. So Notre Dame will win easily, but not by 26.
Okay. Oh, we got Landon right here. What do you think, Landon?
I don't know a lot about this game. I don't think Notre Dame's that good. I do like their coach, but I think 26 is a lot of points. I'm going to go with Navy.
Okay, Brad, what do you say?
I'm gonna be the same way. I'm gonna take Navy in this one, just the fact they can chew the clock and limit possessions.
Yeah, well, I'm still going with Notre Dame since I've already got it circled right there. All right, Jacksonville, on to the pros. Jacksonville at the Houston, Texas, 1-point favorite. Is C.J. Stroud playing this week?
Yes.
He is playing this week.
Davis Mills.
Davis Mills is going to be the quarterback. He wasn't bad the other day. He looked okay. What do you think, Coach?
I like Jacksonville's uniforms. I'm going with Jacksonville.
Coach Jones.
Well, I didn't know that CJ wasn't playing, so I would change my pick and say Duval, right? But I guess I'm just going to have to go with Houston.
All right, stick with Houston. What do you think, Coach T?
I'll have to go with Jacksonville. I heard somebody the other day that Houston wasn't very good. So.
Okay, there you go. All right, what do you think, James?
I have no opinion either way, but I'm going to give this one to Stanford ISD head of maintenance and transportation, Gabe Mendez, a loud and proud Texans fan. So we'll go with Gabe. Hopefully it works out for him.
There's a few of those around. What do you think, Landon?
Well, we can talk about the quarterback situation there at Houston, but Houston, they lived and died by their defense this year. That's what's carried them. They are just 3-5. Jacksonville's 5-3. Texans are -1. You want the Texans.
All right, Brad, what do you say?
Oh, man, Houston's not very good. I'm gonna take Jacksonville.
Yeah, I'm going with Jacksonville as well. The Texans 1-point favorites. Let's go with the Jaguars. All right, our tiebreaker this week, total points scored in that Stamford and Hawley game without going over. Who put that in there?
It's every week.
Oh, is it?
It's every week.
Oh, I guess I missed it. Okay, what do you think, Coach?
42 sounds good to me. I'm going 42.
42. All right, Coach Jones.
You're aligned on me a lot with that 42.
Absolutely.
Hey, I'm go-
Defense wins championships, right?
Defense wins championships. We looked real good last week. I expect for us to look good again this week. However, I'm going polar opposite. I'm going 60 points.
Woo, wee. All right, Coach T, what do you think?
I'm going 38.
38.
38. Okay. Without going over, James.
66 points. Stanford wins 35-31, but it's not that close. Hawley tacks on a point and touchdown at the end to try to feel better.
Wow. 35-31. What do you think, Landon?
I'm going 51. I think it's 30-21's the final Stanford Bulldogs.
All right, Brad.
Jones got to put a little pressure on the offensive coordinator over there. A lot of points somewhere. I've got 47 as my number.
All right, 47. And I think around 24-20 possibly. I'm going with 44 points in my tiebreaker. All right, fixer in the book.
What's the score been the last 2 years? It's got to be close to 60.
Yeah, it's about.
The last 2 years, I got to be picking pretty close.
Yeah, I forget last year's.
All the same, all their seasons.
That's us.
All right. Pressure is on, Coach Hunt. Thank you. Well, it's been fun. Does any other coaches have anything to say? We got Coach Gonzalez,
I think
Coach
they all
Young.
need to say something.
Yeah,
Coach
I agree.
Walker.
At least introduce
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, there you go.
Teresa said you gotta introduce yourself.
You can do
Yeah,
that.
at least-
Y'all can introduce yourself and tell everybody what you coach.
Yeah, come here, Coach Bell. You can lead us
yourself.
on.
First off,
You can be the Ricky Henderson of the coaches.
anybody tell you this? We're doing this here in basketball too?
That's right.
I didn't know about that. Well, I'm Coach Bell. I coach the offensive line, and I'm the head basketball coach.
All right, Coach, good luck. We've had Coach T. Do you want to still talk? You can tell us what you coach. Coach Templeton.
Wow.
I'm Coach Templeton. I help with baseball and I help with secondary and receiver football.
All right, thank you, Coach. How about Coach Gould? Steps up to the mic.
I'm Coach Gould. I coach secondary and I'm head baseball coach.
All right, Coach Hitton, right over here. What do you say, Coach?
I'm the running back coach, assistant linebacker, and also assistant basketball coach.
Okay, very good. Coach Gonzalez, who once helped me open a window up there in Seymour. What do you think, Coach?
I'm a head powerlifting coach and I help with track as well.
Help with track. Head what? Powerlifting?
Powerlifting.
Powerlifting.
And outside
All right.
linebacker. Outside linebacker
Oh,
football.
football, yeah. I saw linebackers, yeah.
Coach Young, what do you think?
Coach Mark Young. I'm defensive line coach, head track coach.
All right. And,
Coach Mack's not here.
appreciate everybody. Coach McLemore, Ty McLemore, Coach.
He coaches receivers and helps secondary.
Receivers and secondary. Sorry, I was holding the mic.
Thank you.
Receivers
I
and,
was trying to hand it to you. You're good.
receivers and secondary.
Shove it.
All right. All right, we appreciate all the coaches coming out, everybody that's here in our studio audience. And as always, Big Country Crop Insurance, we thank them. First State Bank, of course, one of our sponsors, and Four Star Agri Center right here down the road in Stamford. Coach Hutchinson, anything else on the game this Friday or anything else?
I think we covered pretty much everything, but sure would like a lot of Bulldog fans to drive down the road because it's going to be an exciting game. It'll be something you want to be a part of. So come support us.
Amen. Be there if you can. Coach Jones, anything else on your part?
You know, I think the only thing we missed is our girls basketball team, high school girls basketball teams are playing Saturday at home versus Spur. And so come out and support them, but definitely before that Friday night, come out and support the Bulldogs. I know that 2 years ago was one of the best environments that I've got to coach in. I mean, there was no seats both sides of the stadium. People were lined up on the sides. So I'm hoping for a lot of the same. And like always, go Dogs.
Go Dogs. There you go. Well, that's going to wrap it up here for the Coaches Show. Again, we appreciate all the folks here at Big Country Crop Insurance and all of our pickers and the coaches for coming out every week at the same time, 6 o'clock on Wednesday, and also on Facebook Live. There we go, right there. All right, that's going to wrap it up. You folks have a good night. Carl Wayne here on the Stamford Sports Broadcasting Company.